What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I want to speak to you about the TV show called Alien Earth. Yes, this is going to be a continuation of the whole Alien franchise. It's actually going to come out for next year around springtime, I believe. Yes, no, never mind. It says here it's going to be released in summer 2025 on Hulu. They actually showed like a teaser trailer for it, and hopefully it is good because this whole series for Alien, I believe like maybe you could like one film and like your friend might like another film from this franchise. To be honest, there's a lot to like about this franchise. I like how the whole alien story started, the aliens themselves, the scary parts, the sci-fi. There's just a lot to like about this franchise. Not just only the movies, but also the video games that they're making. For example, like the Alien Isolation game, I believe is definitely one of the best, maybe one of the best horror games they have made for that franchise, Alien Isolation. And to be honest, around the middle of this year, they did mention that they are working on a second video game for Alien Isolation. And I am excited, man. I am excited to see where they're going to take the story. The crazy part is, they're all connected. The films, the video games, they're all connected. So I'm just gonna give you like the timeline for the whole Alien projects. It's like the very first one that started it all was basically Prometheus, and to be honest, for me, that's definitely my favorite one from the franchise. Like Prometheus, you got to see like these huge creatures, how they actually started the whole thing, and like they just visited like this planet. Dude, Prometheus is definitely the best in my opinion. Supposedly the timeline for it started in 2093. The second one after Prometheus is Alien Covenant. Now I did remember watching that film around maybe like in 2017 or so. I went to go see it with my cousin and it was great. It was definitely a good one. It was with a robot named Walter. It was the sequel. It is the sequel to Prometheus. So that one did turn out pretty good. And as you guys know, Alien Earth, that's the third one on the list, and that's going to be the newest show that's going to come out in summer 2025. Let's see how that one actually turns out. Oh, like I forgot to mention, the year that Alien Covenant happened was in 2104. Alien Earth is in 2120. So like over 100 years, over 100 years from now, because we're in 2024, you know. The original movie started in 2122. That's crazy. So they have had at least 3 films that has happened before the original movie. I mean, 2 films and including the TV series that's gonna come out for Hulu. So that's pretty cool. And the one that came out this year called Alien Romulus. To be honest, when I saw that movie, I said it was okay, but like just the ending scene, that was my favorite scene from the whole movie. If like they did not show that huge monster, I believe like this film would not have been one of my favorites. It's definitely like in the middle for me, Alien Romulus. And that's supposedly the timeline it happened in 2142. So basically 20 years after the first Alien movie. And now after Alien Romulus, Aliens started. That's the one that James Cameron made. This one mostly like an action-packed film. That's what it mostly focuses on instead of like the horror. Like the original movie mostly focuses on scaring you, the horror aspect. But like Aliens, the second movie in the series, it mostly focuses on the action. And that happened in 2179. Now, Alien 3, I think that's the one that takes place in the prison. And it was the same year as well, in 2179. That's when Ripley, she had her hair cut. And to be honest, like, that movie was a little bit forgettable. Like, probably the only scene I remember, it was when the alien was about to sneak up on her, and like she was just trying to stay still. And yeah, that was like maybe the only part I do remember of it. And after that one, Alien Resurrection. Now, Alien Resurrection, I guess it was fine, but definitely not one of my favorite ones. Prometheus is definitely number one for me. Alien Covenant was good as well. And I gotta say, the original one, Alien, they're my top three from the whole franchise, to be honest. Like I said, there is a lot to like about Alien. You can like the films, or you can even like the video games. But I can't wait, man. I can't wait for Alien Isolation 2. And did you guys ever seen the Alien versus Predator movies? I did see I think there were just only two. Yeah, only two films. And they were not that bad. They were pretty good. Like, I think I'll say the first one was better. But they were good. That was a good mix to actually bring these two titans together. The Predator versus the Alien. And then you get to see them as well in the Mortal Kombat series. That's the cool thing about Mortal Kombat. Like, they bring in guests in the freaking game, and they were able to bring Alien in Mortal Kombat X, and the Predator, I think, came out as well in Mortal Kombat X. So that was pretty dope to actually see them come out on that video game. For the newest one, the newest Mortal Kombat 1 game, they actually introduced Ghostface. If you guys have never seen who Ghostface is, shame on you. You have to see at least one of these movies. Talking about Scream. These movies, they're pretty good, okay? I would say the first one and the most recent one that came out last year, they're my favorite ones. Scream overall is like you're trying to guess who is the main killer, like who is killing all these people, and you're just trying to figure it out. And it's like a whole mystery that you go through in the movie. Pretty fun movies, to be honest. And like the original, I think it will stand the tests of time. Is that how you say it? Yeah, I do believe that Scream is one of those films that actually shows you how to make a proper horror character. And Scream, it will stand the test of time. So now going back to Alien Earth. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what they have in store for this series. I'm thinking that probably they might go probably like 10 episodes, to be honest, because almost every single TV show now, they always go like 8 to 10 episodes. Supposedly so they can make higher quality episodes. But to be honest, man, I think they're just being lazy. Like back then, TV shows, they used to have about like 22 to 24 episodes per season. So I don't know what happened, man. I really have no clue. They could make so much more, but they are refusing to make more of this. So I'm guessing that they're probably just gonna go 8 to 10 episodes for this TV show. And hopefully it's good, because I am looking forward to Alien. You can't really get enough of Alien, to be honest. So I can't wait for Alien Earth, and hopefully it is great. Speaking of horror news, The Conjuring, the last movie, has already wrapped up filming. And I'm speaking about The Conjuring Last Rites. It says right here, the final Conjuring film has wrapped filming. It was a match made in heaven, a hell of an era. Here's to 12 years. I cherish you, Patrick Wilson. And that was Vera Farmiga. And it's definitely going to be on theaters on September 5th, 2025. I like the second film the most from this franchise. Like the original movie, it did kind of scare me, and I wasn't able to sleep, to be honest, for at least a couple of nights. But like the second one, I think is more scarier than the original movie. That old man as a ghost. Nah, man, you don't want him to haunt you. He was like probably the scariest one, and also like the Nun movie was good too. But like that second movie with that old man as a ghost, hell no, man, he was just insane. But yeah, it's going to be available on September 5th, 2025. The fourth movie in the franchise for The Conjuring. They have definitely have made more films of the Conjuring universe, but like these are definitely the ones that always bring everything in full circle. So yeah, The Conjuring: The Last Rites is going to be available on September 5th, and let's see how it actually turns out. Hopefully, it's good because like the last one, the third movie, for me, I remember seeing it on Max and it wasn't as great to be honest. And it was like during the pandemic time, so maybe if I saw it in theaters, it might have been a different story. But yeah, it definitely wasn't my favorite one. But we will see how that actually turns out. Hopefully, it is good. Oh, and I also want to speak to you about the Mission Impossible series. I bet you weren't expecting me to speak about Mission Impossible at all. They have announced that the next Mission Impossible film is going to be Tom Cruise's last Mission Impossible movie. Which sucks, man, because I got into this franchise very late in the game. And man, that really does suck because I wanted to see more of these movies, but there already been a lot of them already. Probably about like 5 to 6 of them. And yeah, so and it turns out that Tom Cruise, he's thinking of actually giving the character of Ethan Hunt to Glenn Powell. I've actually just seen him in a movie with Sydney Sweeney, Glenn Powell. I'm guessing he's an okay actor, but in an action movie, I had never really seen him on. I haven't really seen Twister yet, like the newest one that came out this year. Glenn Powell, let's see how he actually turns out. I will give him a chance. I'm not going to say that right now he's not a good actor to be the main character of Ethan Hunt in the movie Mission Impossible, but we will see. For the Mission Impossible series, I feel like probably this is like the American version of 007, to be honest, and they don't need Ethan Hunt's character. They can just make a new character and actually use Ethan Hunt. They can use anybody else's name and just put Mission Impossible on the title card, and people will go see the film because these are action-packed films and people are expecting it to be such a great film. Like the last one that came out for the Mission Impossible series, man, this was a fun movie, to be honest, and it definitely was my first one that I saw for Mission Impossible. I know. I was late, okay? I was late to this series, so yeah, and I actually did get to see all the movies now. I caught up, okay? Mission Impossible, they are great movies, and I can't wait to see the next one. It's going to come out on May 2025, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see this movie. This is definitely going to be the highest budget movie that Hollywood has produced. Like I saw that it's going to be over $415 million for this movie. That is a lot of money to spend on this one film. But hopefully, man, hopefully it does well. It should reach over $1 billion because this is the last film that Tom Cruise is going to be on for the Mission Impossible series. So I do believe that it is going to do well. So we will see, man, once the time comes to actually see that movie. Can't wait, man. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Pandora, Spotify, YouTube, make sure to follow it. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports, scary stuff, and anything pop culture related. Maybe they will only enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.